In this video I will make you hear the music of water. We will go through the steps, the circuit and the component, and I will make you do the circuit step by step. All you need is a cup of water, the circuit and the components. The components are a breadboard. This is a breadboard. The most important component is this IC. It is 3.5's IC. It's so popular that you can get it from any electronic component distributor. You will use a 10 microfarad capacitor. You will use 0.1 microfarad capacitor. You will use a loudspeaker of 8 ohm resistance and 0.25 watt. You will use a 9-volt battery and a battery bin with two terminals. You will use those wires, jumper wires. You may use like this male to male jumper wires. It has two male terminals on both sides. So this is the components. These are the components, and this is the circuit. I will try to explain the circuit to you. This is the 3.5's. This is the 3.5's IC. You will notice that there is a hole at the top of the IC. On the left of this hole, you will find the pins, 4 pins, and on the right you will find another 4 pins. The numbers are so important. You will find that pin 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. We will connect the circuit like this. It is so simple. You will put the IC, the 3.5's IC on the breadboard. You will connect those terminals, those pins of the IC using the jumper wires. You will use the 0.1 microfarad capacitor. You will use another 10 microfarad capacitor. This is the loudspeaker. This is the cup of water. I forget. Here is another the other wire. The other wire comes from this terminal to the cup of water. I forget to draw it. We can draw this is the other wire. So let's go to the circuit. Here is the breadboard. You will find this line in the middle. It is a hollow line. You will fix the breadboard pins into the holes of the breadboard like this, making the hole, this hollow line in the middle of the IC, of the 3.5's IC. We will start to connect the wires. Here we have pin 1 connected to the ground. We will agree with each other. We will get the ground and the VCC from the terminals of the battery. So the red terminal of the battery will consider it the VCC, and the black terminal of the battery, or the negative terminal of the battery, is considered the ground terminal. So we will fix the positive terminal VCC like this in the breadboard, fix it, and the negative terminal on the breadboard like this. So we will now we have the battery connected to the breadboard. Now pin 1 is connected to the ground. Pin 1 is connected to the ground. We'll go to pin 1. We will put the line in pin 1 and connect it to the ground. All those lines are the ground. We have pin 2 and pin 6 are connected to each other. We'll have pin 2 and pin 6 connected to each other, and from pin 2 you will connect the 0.1 microfarad capacitor. The positive terminal of the 0.1 microfarad is connected to pin 2, and the negative terminal is connected to the ground. So in order to make this, we will have a wire from pin 2 to an outer terminal like this. This outer terminal, carries the same voltage, from like pin 2. Then we can connect the 0.1 microfarad capacitor. It has a longer leg than the other. The longer leg is the positive one, while the shorter leg is the negative one. We will connect it like this. The longer leg will be on the pin, and the shorter leg will be on the ground, and we'll fix it to the breadboard. We will have a wire from the positive terminal of the battery. We'll have a wire from the positive terminal of the capacitor, from the external pin. Can find it. Fix this wire, and the other terminal of this wire will be connected to the cup of water. In order to make the other wire, we have here pin 4 and pin 8 connected to VCC. We agreed that VCC is the red terminal of the battery. So the red terminal of the battery is the above row of these two rows. The above row is the VCC, and the belowing row is the ground. So we'll get from pin 4 and connect it to VCC. We will get from pin 8 and connect it to VCC. I have the last pin. Pin 3 has is connected to the positive terminal of the capacitor, 10 microfarad capacitor. This is the 10 microfarad capacitor. It has a longer leg and the shorter one. The longer leg is the positive terminal and the shorter leg is the negative terminal. So from pin 3 we will connect the capacitor, the positive terminal, and the negative terminal is connected to an outer pin. Then we connect the loudspeaker. The positive terminal of the loudspeaker is connected to the negative terminal of the capacitor. And the negative terminal of the speaker is connected to the ground. We'll get the other wire connected to the positive terminal of the capacitor. Then we have those two terminals of the wires will connected in our water. We are not hearing any sound. Yes. You can play your own music on the sound of water. I hope you enjoy the video.